Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony Six Morning Show. I'm Tony T here. We're ready to deliver here free picks here from college football, the NBA, college hoops, and the NHL. Let's get Jorge in. He just signed in right now, so we'll get the show rolling here. As we always do, we'll introduce the cappers, then we'll get right to the picks. We don't mess around here on the Tony Six Morning Show. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, Tony. Definitely not a bad day yesterday. Couple losses in the NBA cost me, and so did the NHL. Ooh, look at Ovi rolling along in the NHL. I figured after his hat trick in Vegas, he wouldn't turn it around and score a couple more 3-point nights and whoop it up in the next game. Ooh. He went into Utah and he whooped them again. This Washington team's just whooping everybody in the NHL. So is this Clippers team too. They definitely have the Warriors number, that's for sure. 2-0 versus the Warriors.
Yeah, that was something there. And we got Curry on the court too. So that was
Curry on the court
surprise result there. Yeah, a lot of dog surprises here yesterday in the NBA. And tonight we have cup action. We'll see how it rolls. Say hello to Jorge. Jorge, what's happening? Winning over green.
What's up, Tony? Yeah, I'm going to be a leprechaun today. I guess I need some good luck after the last run I've had in my picks.
Burn the sage! Burn the sage!
I'm telling you, right? I even gave out. I even said Bryant on the total and didn't even give it out. A good call on Delaware, though. They can't score points, so that was destined to go over from the minute they tipped the ball off. They were outpacing 160 the whole game, so good call on Delaware. Light card today, but I like the MAC action, so we have 3 of those cards to pick some place from.
All right, we welcome back Bo. He's setting up his new studio. Got it back settled, new place. Bo, what's happening?
Hey, man, good to be back. You know what I'm saying? Still logging in them players online, guys. I had a good weekend yesterday. Messed around with the Milwaukee Bucks, man. That team is just terrible. So that was my only pick in. I lost it, but ready to get back to the cash today, man. What's up to you guys?
All right, ready to get back to the cash indeed here. We'll get rolling here with the matching tonight. So let's get started here with the college football card. 3 games here on the Tuesday, and boy, they gave us a doozer to start it out here. Akron and Kent. Akron on the road laying 10, total 49. Then we go Western Michigan and Central Michigan. Western here 6.5. There's even a 5.5 popping up here, total 57. North Illinois and Miami O. This is your game of the night here. Miami O 2.5, total 42.5. We start with Rod.
Yeah, looking at Akron and Kent State, I'm going to take the under 48.5 in that one. We know both defenses are bad, so you figure those offenses will step up. No, those offenses aren't good either. So how much scoring are they going to do against a couple bad defenses? People will assume that we'll see a whole pile of points and that'll fly over the total. It'll be a lot of running of the football, a lot of chewing of the clock, and we sneak under the 48.5 Akron Kent State. And I will lay it with Western Michigan. That Central Michigan defense is not good. I think Western Michigan's offense, I know it hasn't been the greatest over the last few weeks, but watch it there. I think they easily win in the battle of the directional Michigans. In that one, can be Western Michigan minus the 6 there. And then I went back and forth. Do you go defense or offense? Northern Illinois or Miami O? And you know what? I'm going to go with the offense in the action. I think Miami O and their offense can score enough on Northern Illinois. I know that defense is tough. And I think at home here, that home crowd will get Miami O going, and they get the win and cover. Give me Miami O over Northern Illinois there in that one.
There from Rod, we move on over to Jorge.
Hey, Rod, I wore this hat for you. Can you see what it says?
It's
No,
I agree.
Make America green.
Yeah, agree.
Yes, there you go.
I like that.
So anyway, MAC action. Yeah, you know, guys, when it seems when the games don't matter, to us, it doesn't matter. But it matters to them. You know, Kent State is 15 miles from Akron. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Their seasons are gone, but, the game means everything. So, I'm going to plug my nose and say take Kent State just because, this is it. This is their Super Bowl. They're on TV. They're at home. This is all that matters right now, right? I mean, there's nothing left for them. And those defenses are bad. I like to play unders. I wanted to go under. But when you look at the combined points that they give up, 90, it's so hard, and all their turnovers, I'm not going to say neither or. I can't. It stinks so bad. I can't do a total, but I'll still stink enough to hold my nose and take Kent plus the point, plus 10.5. Got to get the hook.
Get the hook there. All right, move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna look at that Central Michigan and Western Michigan game. Over the last 2 weeks, Central Michigan only averaged 15 points, just on 30 points total in those two. Ever since that quarterback got hurt, man, this team just can't put up no points. Looking like the weather gonna be 40 degrees, low wind. I think this over and under is just too hot, man. So I got that 57. I like the under in that spot. As far as the Miami game go, I'm like Rob, man. I think Miami offense is just a little bit better, averaging 35 over the last few. We have Northern Illinois coming in about at 23. I think that's going to be the difference. Both defenses are doing pretty good, but Miami, 5-0, and that last 5, give me Miami in that game, might take 2.5. For the Akron game go, I'm just going to pass on that, man. I just can't pick a side.
That's a tough one. Yeah, I'll tell you here when I look in this Akron-Kent game, I had to go back and look at the series histories because these teams have been horrible for a long time. And they have trended to the over, believe it or not. It's been the defense not stopping the opposing offense. That's how it's been going on with this game. I don't see this one being any different, so I'll go over here, Akron and Kent. There in this one, Akron 6-2 the over on the road against losing teams. So I'll look there at that one. And
Akron can throw a little bit.
Yeah, they can throw.
They can't run for nothing, but the one, if any offense can do anything there, they can throw a little bit for sure.
They used to have a running quarterback the past couple, not this year, but a few seasons ago that were actually was making things happen for that Zips team, getting points on the board there. Yeah, I'm going to look at that home dog here with Central Michigan. 3-1 of the spread as a home dog this year. Light wind forecasted there. Western Michigan's defense, really nothing to sneeze at here on the road. 38 points. Over 5.5 yards a carry, 8.6 yards per pass attempt. So their pass defense has been bad. Can't lay a road favorite with those type of numbers on the road. Yeah, I'm with you guys here on taking Miami O. You look at the Huskies; they were held to 6 points at home to Toledo, and the Red Hawks have just pounded MAC teams at home, and they got the experienced quarterback back there. So I'll go ahead and take Miami O here, laying the 2.5. All right, let's continue here on the Tony S'more Show. Hopefully. We'll be able to get Chris to join us here today. So let's move on over the NBA. This is NBA Cup action here in group stages. So we'll go ahead and get underway here with the NBA. We'll knock them out here. Smaller card, we'll knock out 2 at a time here. We'll start here with the big one tonight. Cavaliers and Celtics here. Boston laying 5 at home, total 236. Charlotte and Brooklyn. Brooklyn laying 3 at home, total 221. We start with Rod.
Yeah, and there's Brooklyn laying 3. I'm not laying 3 with Brooklyn. I'm on points with Brooklyn. Definitely not laying them. I know last time we've seen them as a favorite, though, they did get the win and cover, I believe. So, yeah, I'm going to take Charlotte there in that one to come into Brooklyn and get themselves a win. I'm going to take them outright. Give me Charlotte on the money line there in that one. And then the battle of Cleveland and Boston. See how this goes. This should be pretty good. Contest, 5 points. I'm going to lean into Cleveland to get the 5 points. Oh, dog's barking.
There we go. There we go.
Dog's barking.
Charlie's on Cleveland.
Charlie's on Cleveland. So as it says right here, see dogs. Yeah, we got to go with Cleveland there in that one. It's come down, so I know there's a few people on Cleveland as well here in this one. So give me the Cavs. They're just playing 2 good basketball here, and I'm sure they want to be up for this one just as much as the Celtics do. I would lean to an over. I think this thing turns into a track meet, the way both these teams can score some offense. So give me the Cavs and the over in that one.
There from Rod. We'll move on over to Jorge. Just keep a look here on this injury list here for Cleveland. Bates, Strus, Wade. Some supporting guys out here for Cleveland. Okuru, Merrill, Levert, questionable there. Porzingis out for Boston. Pritchard is questionable on that side. So we got Jeffries, Richards, Williams out for Charlotte. Mann is questionable here on the Brooklyn side. Bogdanovich, Claxton out there. Finney-Smith probable. On over to Jorge.
For an unofficial record, that means absolutely nothing. Charlie's 4-0.
Yep,
there we go.
He's going with this fifth play. The Nets, they just find ways to win, and you're not asking a lot here to win -3. Poor effort there just against the Knicks from the get-go. Knicks just got super hot from the outside. And in this day and age in the NBA, the hard part is knowing when someone's going to go on a hot streak or cold streak from three-point land. And that's how they quickly get into these 20-point holes, or they come back from that 20-point hole, right? Because they're yanking so many threes, it's ridiculous. So just a slight lean to New Jersey in that spot. trying to figure out the Cleveland-Boston game. That total is extremely high. I think I saw a total of 236. And I think that's actually moved up. Seeing 232. It's stat sharp. That's a while ago. I think they're going to play a little defense. I'll lean. I'm not going to put that play out yet or anything, but I'll take a lean that maybe that goes under between Cleveland and Boston.
And there from Jorge, we move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Charlie, man, and take them 5 points for Cleveland. I just looking at Boston defense, man. They gave up a lot of points to Toronto. They let them shoot 43% from three. So this Cleveland team, man, ranked number 1 on scoring. So I think they'll be keep the game close, probably get that win. But I'm gonna grab them 5 points. When I see that 5-point spread, it always take me to the underdog. So I like Cleveland in that one. I think Brooklyn get the job done. I just can't trust Charlotte on the road, man. They're shooting 42% from the field. And we have Brooklyn, man, 10-3-1 against the spread. So they're the most profitable team in the NBA by over 70% winning. So I give me a Brooklyn, man, minus that 3.
All right, there from, well, we said hello to Chris.
Hey, sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties on my end there. Finally got in here.
What's going on, Chris?
So, guys.
Morning.
So we're doing Cleveland and
Yeah, we're doing
Brooklyn.
Cleveland and Boston, Charlotte and Brooklyn in this block.
I got you. I did the video for Cleveland, Boston, and I took the over in that. I know the total is rising, but I mean, you look at what Cleveland did the first NBA Cup game. They put 144 points up. Points matter in this with a point differential coming through there. I'd kind of be leery if it goes much higher, if it goes into the 240s or anything, but I'd still lean over. I think they're just going to, Cavs are hot right now. I'd kind of lean to them as well, but I'd take the over there. And then, I'm going to keep rolling with the Nets. They've been the most profitable team for me this year, so I'm going to take those 2 with them.
There from Chris, tell you what I think here about these games here. I'm going to be looking here. Yep, I'm going to look at the points here in this one. Boston, pretty good, great numbers. If we look at Cleveland on the road here, 122 points per 100 possessions, a +10 net rating, and hitting 51%, 41% from 3. Again, I have a little concern here about this Boston defense of late here, and I will be looking here at this Cleveland side plus the points, Charlotte and this Brooklyn. Yeah, I'm going to have to lay it here with Brooklyn. When you look at Brooklyn, they've been actually a pretty good home favorite here. 8-2 to the spread at home when they're favored by 6 points or fewer. The issue with Charlotte is they just can't shoot here. When you got them on
ball. Ball can score. That's it.
Ball, that's it. But just 40% overall, 34% from 3. At home, the Nets hitting 48% overall. You look at these the Charlotte team, 9-15 to the spread on the road against teams that hit 36% from 3 or higher. I'll look at Brooklyn in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the 26 morning show as we get ready here for the next games from the NBA and from the 6-game card, NBA Cup in action. We got Nuggets and Grizzlies here. The Grizzlies 4, total 227. Pelicans and Mavericks. Mavericks 12, total 222. Let's keep an eye on this injury report, see what's going on here. I know Denver had something going on here. Gordon out. Jokic will be questionable in this one. On the Memphis side, Edey now out. Gigi Jackson, Morant, Spencer out. Smart will be questionable. The Pelicans, still that laundry list of guys. Alvarado, Hawkins, Jones, McCollum, Murray, Zion. Exum out for Dallas. Doncic is questionable. We go over to Rod.
Yeah, you look at that at 12. I think that would be a little bit less than 12 if Luka wasn't playing in that game. So I'm quite sure he's going to play in that game with that line at 12. But you want to lay 12 with the way Dallas has been playing. But you want to get 12 with Port or with New Orleans there. Ooh, that's a tough game there when you look at it. To pick a side, I'm going to take the under. I don't think either of these offenses can get up over up over 222. So where I see that total, give me the under 222 there in that one. Too many guys out. Too many guys out to put the ball in the hoop to get some points. So give me the under 222 there. And you know what? Give me the Nuggets getting 4. Doncic, you're going to have a big game from. This is one of those cup games, right? Against the Memphis Hustle. I don't want to lay points with the Memphis Hustle. I don't. As a favorite, Memphis, it's not where I want to be. Give me the points with Denver. Denver can come in and they don't outright Memphis in that one. They sure are going to keep it close. So give me Denver plus the points there.
there. Oh no, they've got some guys there. We'll talk about the game. We're going over Jorge.
Yeah, Joker is only out for personal reasons, so it's not health. So if they say questionable, he'll probably show up and play. And if he shows up and play, that's a cover. But man, that health jinx just does not stop against Memphis, man. Now Edie's thrown into it. I mean, if you just put on a uniform, you get hurt. I don't even know what that's going on. And we've seen some teams that get hurt, but I think that is the worst running 2-year health jinx I've ever seen in over all my years of covering sports. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, when was the last time they had their starting 5 on the court?
Orlando had that problem back 2 years ago too.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember the last time Memphis.
Suggs and the company, they were like the total starting lineup on the injury report for 2 years straight, a few years back.
Yeah. I think it's been over 2 years since they've had their starting 5. To have their whole team on the court. Yeah, well, you know what about New Orleans though? Basketball is different than football. Basketball is different than baseball. You only have 5 guys on the court. When these subs come in, they learn pretty quick in the NBA. You got to do your defensive assignment, stay on your guy. Next thing you know, they're covering spreads. They beat Denver without Joker. Okay, fine, but they're beat up too. Lakers went in there. They covered against the Lakers. How motivated are the Dallas Mavericks going to be to play a beat up Pelican team? I mean, they're just going to get out of there with the win. And
it is a cup game, by the way. But
I don't believe in that. That's bullshit. Sorry, not at all.
$1 million isn't a lot.
Bullshit. I'll tell you why I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at the defense that they play. They don't play no defense in the playoffs. They play defense. So is it something that yay, Lakers won it last year? Who cares? They got they didn't do anything in the playoffs. So where maybe they care a little bit more than the season. But I don't change it to I call it 2 seasons in the NBA. When you got the NBA scheduled in the regular season and then the playoffs where you match up. Two different types of basketball. They actually show up to play defense. I don't see defense played in the cup. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't think they really care. I think they match up certain teams so they're competitive. Like Celtics against Cleveland, that's just star matchup. It has nothing to do with this.
They said it was a random draw. That's what they said it was. That's what I read about it. I don't know.
One thing I believe in. Look, I was in the media for years when I had my own radio show. I had to sell advertisement to stay on the air. Oh, they know. They know. They know who they're putting on. They know who they picked. The NCAA tournament's notorious for letting a team with 12 losses into the tournament because they got a following and people are going to be on TV. That's my soapbox there. But again, it's a travel schedule in the NBA, back-to-back, 3 and 4, 4 and 6, and then the superstars playing against each other. That's where they get fired up.
Yeah, I think they said here on the cup games that we're not going to be any cup games back-to-back spots. And my initial thought when this came out, it was going to be like the NIT where they didn't really care until they got to Vegas in the semis and finals. That's kind of how I kind of looked at it. But
and that was a track meet last year.
Yeah, that was there. And it sold out. I remember that. It was a hard ticket.
Everything sells out in Vegas. The Raiders are absolutely horrible. They get rid of all their players and, more visiting fans, but it sells out every game.
Yep, no doubt. On over to Bo.
Yeah, that Pelicans and Mavericks game, man, I'm going to take the under. I like the way that New Orleans been playing defense, but they just can't score the ball. Their last 8, they're 1-7 going under total. In 3 of those games, they scored 100 points or less. Dallas is also 2-3 to the under in their last 3 games. So I like what Jorge said, man. These bench players, they come in and they get acclimated, get some game time. We got Luka probably not gonna play. They're coming off that big win against OKC. I think we'll see the under 222. And in that Memphis game, man, Memphis ranked number 2 on pace. They play fast. A lot of their games were going over the total. Denver went over the total in their last 6 out of 10. I like that over 227 between Memphis and Denver.
Great point there. Great point there by Bo. Coming off, going into big games and going off again big games. Looking for those teams not to play quite as hard as that big marquee matchup in there. The Dallas went in there and beat Oak State. You definitely let down when they come out of that.
Yeah. From Bo on over to Chris.
Well, this Memphis Nuggets game, I went back and forth. Of course, I love my Grizzlies. We just beat up Denver a couple days ago, actually. But I think where I lean is whether Joker plays or not. He didn't play the other night when we beat him. If he plays, I'd probably take Denver just to cover. If he doesn't, I got to roll my Grizzlies again. On that, I know we're banged up. I don't know if we ever see our starting five play. I think that's an NBA Finals team. If we see our starting five stay healthy for a season, we got a chance. And people can disagree with me all they want to, but I think we got a good starting five. But on the other one, I'm not laying to that many points with either one of these people. So I would take the under as well. I agree with Bo. It's just they're not going to make that. The Pelicans probably not even going to do a whole lot of scoring there. But to lay 12 with Dallas is just way too much.
From Chris, I say when I think about these games here, looking at this, let's see what we got here. Went too far. Let me check out my notes. 1 second here. Push it up here. Okay, we're back on this Denver-Memphis team. Yeah, in this one, I'm gonna look over in this game here. They've shot the ball very well. They put up a lot of points, and we talked about some of the Memphis's issues here with injuries, but they do have supporting cast now. I mean, some of these guys have actually put to some points. We saw Santiago Aldama now is coming off the bench. We're seeing a starting rotation here. Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bain, Scottie Pippen Jr. These guys can put the ball in the hoop. Of course, now you got Aldama coming in from the bench. LaRavia, we saw Huff can make threes. So they've got some quality players. They've done a great job, the coaching staff, of developing these guys to come in and actually do something for them. So I'll look in this one. I'll go over the total on this spot here. The Nuggets defense on the road has been abysmal here. They give up 118 points per game. I have to look at the over in that spot. I'm going to go under. I usually look to under with the Mavericks because that's what they do at home is they play defense. They can't play defense a lick on the road, but at home they defend better. And they're having struggles at the 3-point line right now. But when you look at their defense at home, Dallas is allowing 42% shooting, 30% from three. And you look at the Pelicans, 15-9 to the under as a road dog. Dallas 9-2 to the under as home favorite of 10 or greater points. I'll look under in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show. As we continue here in the NBA, we're going to close out the NBA. It is a 6-game card. These are all cut matchups. Thunder at Spurs. Thunder now up to 9.5, total 222.5. Jazz and Lakers tonight. We got Lakers 11, total 235. There is some news here in the injury world here on the Spurs side. Wemby is doubtful tonight, so Khan is out here. Looks like that's there. And on the OKC side, Hartenstein, Holmgren, Isaiah Joe out. Jalen Williams with a Y out there. Jazz, Kessler, and Preston out. So it's good to see Markkanen in the lineup there if you're a Jazz supporter there. On the Lakers side, we've got Wood, Vanderbilt, Hood, Shafino, Hayes out. Bronny made the injury report. He's doubtful in the game. And we got Hachimura, questionable. Davis, day-to-day is probable. We start here with Rod.
Yeah, and looking at these couple games, I'm going to take the under. OKC and San Antonio. No Wemby in that one. I think you get yourselves a lower scoring game there, 223.5. You look at all these other cup games, and they're all like loaded high. We got like 270, 235, 230. It's a lower scoring one. OKC and the Spurs, I think some defense is going to be played there in that one, especially in San Antonio. Give me the under 223.5 there in that one. That's a whole boatload of points to be laying with the Lakers. No thanks. Give me the Jazz plus the 10.5 there in that one. I think the Lakers can win it. It depends on whether Bronny plays or not, but most likely he plays. But still, too many points. Give me the Jazz plus the 10.5. I don't lay that kind of number with the Lakers.
Yeah, interesting that you mentioned that high point total. Something that I noticed is there was a blowout game with a team that was behind had one possession left in the closing seconds. They took a timeout because they were trying to get points to help their point differential, right? That's what they did. So you see that kind of stuff here where teams try to maneuver to try to get those points in this type of situation where they're trying to battle. If they're losing, they're trying to cut down that margin of loss to help their chances in that point differential. Some coaches will do that. Some will just throw in the towel. Or some will take a timeout when there's no timeout, when you have none left, and blow your team's chance at 1 million. So that happens too. Over to Jorge.
Yeah, I mean, I think they will do that in the cup play, but I think they just try to outscore as much as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't play true defensive basketball. And I'll agree with Chris about Memphis. I don't think they make it 1 year. I mean, they got to stay healthy and play. I think they probably make it to the conference championship. They were almost up to that level before Morant's stupidity and antics, but it looks like he's matured through that now. But yeah, if those guys can get healthy and stay, they can contend with anybody in the West. And you know, the backups, you know, those guys are having to start. So when you push them back to the second team, That's going to be a real experienced second team. Now, forget about the first team. They're good and they can play. These starters now, when you push them back, Golden State's always been when Golden State take that 1 year, why'd they play so well the next year? Because all those guys just got thrown in the fire. You get thrown in the fire, you learn how to play. And so that's that. I think that's also a big plus that Memphis has. Utah, it's like kissing your sister, man. It's brutal, but, they've covered 2 out of their last 3. They got their stars back, plus 11. I mean, how fired up are the Lakers going to be to play Utah? You know what I mean? Yeah, I definitely agree with Rod on that one. And point totals are high, man. Totals, I think, are tough in the NBA right now. Even playing pickup basketball, you live and die by the 3. You know what I mean? It's just there's no rhyme or reason to tell on that. It's really difficult. You got to pick a side and hold your breath and just hope that you're in it in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's the thing. They keep those 3 points. That's why a lot of people bet the money line dogs in the NBA, because they're just looking for that team not to be off from the 3-point line. That happens a lot there. Move on over to Bo.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take the OKC Thunder, man. Like I say, we talked about them coming out that loss to Dallas. Spurs gonna be they definitely not Wemby. I definitely love OKC to win this game by double digits. They're 7-3 against the Spurs last 10, 8-2 ATS. I like OKC to win that game by double digits. And I'm gonna take the Utah Jazz too. The Lakers, they're 5 in their home, 6-0 in their last 6, but they only covered the spread once at the double-digit favorite. Too many points, man, for the Lakers. So give me the Jazz, plus them 10.5 or 11.
There we go from Bo on over to Chris.
Yeah, I'm definitely rolling with OKC here, especially with Wemby out. I think that makes a little bit of a difference there because, OKC's without their big man with Chet being out. But so definitely take the Thunder there. And then, yeah, I'm taking the Jazz. There's no way I'm laying 10.5 with the Lakers. I think they're just going to breeze by, get the win, and move on to the next round. But, yeah, we're going to take the Jazz there.
Yeah, from Chris, tell you what I think about these games. A couple of totals here. I like the Thunder and Spurs under here. I think San Antonio's going to be challenged to get points on the board here with this Wemby out in this game. OKC, remember, they are tops in defensive efficiency, holding teams to 98 points per 100 possessions. They hold teams at 41% shooting, 32% from 3 on the road. So look under there. I think this is a track meet here with Lakers and Jazz. I could look the over, but the numbers moved too much from 232 overnight to 235. So I'll just go ahead and look to taking the Jazz here plus the 11. The line has been, I don't want to go over once getting this point. The line move is too much. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the Lakers. I've been talking about John Collins. He's been the difference maker for Utah. The defense isn't showing much improvement, but the offense has improved a lot with John Collins in the lineup. I know they missed the cover by 1 against the Jazz, but that was a back-to-back. But they've been covering games because John Collins has been inserted into the starting lineup. And when you're last in offensive efficiency as a head coach, you have to make changes. Guys that you thought were going to be into your bench, well, you put them in. And John Collins is one of those guys that was getting playing time, was producing off the bench, put him in there in the starting rotation. He's got chemistry with Sexton, and now you're starting to see their points go up. When you look at their offensive efficiency, you go back over their past 5 games with Collins in the lineup. They're now 11th in offensive efficiency, averaging 115 points per 100 possessions. The defense isn't very good, giving up 119 per 100. But you're getting the offense now from this Utah Jazz team when they tweak their lineup based on that horrible start of being last in offensive efficiency. So we've seen that improvement there from this Utah Jazz team. I'll take them here plus the 11. Lakers haven't covered these big lines at home. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Sports Show as we continue here with our coverage. We got you through the NBA and college football. I think we lost Bo here, so we'll just move on to college basketball. We're doing here in college basketball segment. We're just telling the coverage. Just give us what you got. We'll do the time slots once we get into December. We'll get it started here with Rod.
Yeah, Bree, looking at we're going to kick it off looking at Hofstra taking on Florida State. You look at that big giant number, and man, it makes you want to jump on Hofstra, doesn't it? Well, don't do it. Don't do it. Hofstra's been off to a great start, and they've had some nice, solid, big wins. But it's at 8, and it's at 8 for a reason. Why? Florida State, this team, big, long. I think their shortest guy is like 6'7", so they're pretty long, and they have that length over Hofstra. So yeah, Hofstra's been playing some pretty good hoops, but against Florida State, it's a whole step up in competition. It's also look who they have up on deck next coming in for Hofstra. They got a big They play Houston coming up next. So it's a look-ahead spot for me for Hofstra. It's the reason why it opened at 7.5 and it went up. And Jorge is like, it's a look-ahead spot. I don't think so. I think it is. You know what? It's playing a top 10 team. Florida State is not a top 10 team, are they? But coming into this one, it's just Florida State's going to run and gun, and they're just too big. Hofstra's not going to be able to keep up, and then they'll just give up. And then next, Florida State wins by 10+.
So are you calling for an upset over Hofstra then, or over Houston?
I think Hofstra. It depends what the number is. You're going to get a big number with Hofstra versus Houston.
Huge number, yeah,
huge number, right? So yeah, I would when that number comes out. I'll definitely be leaning towards the Hofstra way because I really do.
Fair enough, but man, Leonard though. Dude, he puts 5 guys on the court between 6'6" and 6'9", and they all got a 7'1" wingspan. That's all he recruits.
That's all he does, right?
Team.
So
they haven't been that great over the years, but it's a football school, right? The other thing I disagree a little bit about Hofstra at the end of the day, Rod, like I said about UCLA, they got money, man. Those kids, big money programs compared to the mid majors. I've been watching that for UNLV for years. It gets kind of tough, they got the short end of the stick. But hey, all you got to do is have some guys that come back, play with some chemistry. You've been hot backbasketball, picking your dogs like that. So no, I'm not knocking it, but I don't think they're looking ahead to Florida State to get a whooping. It's only 8 points. Maybe the odd makers are onto something. I'm not
that book looks exactly, that line looks exactly like Nevada Santa Clara the other day when it was at open at 7.5, and everybody jumped on Santa Clara going, hey, we're getting a whole boatload with Santa Clara to keep it close.
Reno, we don't call it. Go ahead.
We same thing with Hofstra. That line's exactly the same. They want you to bet Hofstra in this game. I'm taking Florida State because I think they are the bigger, longer, leaner, and they're just too big. They're going to scoop up that rebound off of Hofstra and be able to score them second chance points. Huge.
Reno is huge. Their point guard is 6'9".
See, right?
Parley averaged 19 points a game. Brought in some more 7-footers. They're huge. They're as big as an NBA team. That's why they won. So as good as UNLV has, they're stacked on theirs. I don't know if we split with them, I think it'll be a good year for UNLV. Watch Nevada in the tournament, guys.
Watch for Nevada.
If they're going to swallow the whistle, and you got a point guard, Magic Johnson style, 6'9", coming in averaging 19 points a game. Obviously not passing that way, but I'm just saying size wise, definite advantage. I like the total here before I took myself away from it. Hang on, let me go right back up. That I think it'll be a track meet. I have had some success with teams that score. Oh, my buddy Todd Simon, who's here in Las Vegas, interim coach UNLV. I know him from his days at Findlay Prep. Super nice guy, man, and did a fantastic job over at Cedar City or Southern Utah. He loves to run and gun. He's going to fire up threes and he's going to shoot them. So I like Bowling Green to go over. And my Boston Terriers got a game over there. The total is 122. That's where they can win some basketball games. When you got those ugly walk the ball up the court, let the guys touch it 8 times before you finally put a shot up and let the clock run down. Slightly into the Terriers there. That's the kind of game they can win.
They're from Jorge. Move on over to Chris.
The only thing I'm looking at here today would be Florida A&M, and that's a ton of points with Florida, 35.5, 36. You look at Florida; they're not really covering at home. I mean, they're 0-2 to the spread. Road games for Florida A&M 2-1. So I'm going to roll with Florida A&M to take that. I know Florida's probably going to get the win, but I don't think they blow them out.
And from Chris, tell you what I like. I'm going to come with Riverside taking the points here against Santa Clara. Riverside team played BYU tough, a 6-point loss on the road, and they beat their rival. That game against Cal Baptist is a fierce rivalry here. It's kind of the battle of Riverside because both teams are in Riverside. Cal Baptist, the home team. So you see Riverside going into their rival and winning, coming away with a 1-point victory. And this is a very experienced Highlanders team. In minutes continuity, 26 in the nation. So a lot of experience here with this Riverside team. They've shown that program has improved here over the years. They used to be just a downtrodden a program, but they've shown improvement here. And of course, Santa Clara having their struggles here, just can't defend the 3-point line, giving up 42% from 3, can't make threes, struggles defending inside, effective field goal defense, 353rd in the nation. I'll look here at Riverside plus the points in this one.
I got a trivia question for you.
All right.
Who's the most famous coach to ever coach at Riverside?
From basketball or baseball?
Basketball.
Okay, basketball. Wow. Because I know Percival coached the baseball team, but let's see here. Who is the best? I don't know. Who was it?
Used to chew on a towel.
Tarkanian, huh?
Yeah, Tarkanian.
Wow, back in the day. Wow. I thought it was Long Beach State.
No, before Long Beach.
Before Long Beach was Riverside, huh?
Yeah, he was at Riverside before Long Beach State. So that's way back. So
you know where Azusa Pacific is? It's like a D2 school out in Azusa, California, Southern Cal. Yep. Popovich, that was his first coaching gig.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a great. Yeah, I would have never got that.
And remember the running back, Christian. Okay, that's where he played.
Chiefs, I was just gonna say,
yeah, you played there in the Pacific.
Yep.
All right, we got you through the college basketball segment. Now we're gonna move on to hockey. We're gonna say bye to Jorge and see what he's got for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Jorge, again, unit leader over at Tony's Picks. Fantastic results from Jorge. All right, Jorge, we're heading into a huge week of action. Just 2 weeks remaining in the regular season for college football before we get to championship weekend. Jorge put up impressive numbers. What do you have going over the site?
I'm just going to have a pick, maybe throw 3 pick up, do a play in each there. Got to get back to grinding it out. Basketball's tough. November's tough, man. I'll be happy when December hits. It's just always the notorious month for any handicapper. You can blow yourself up, or you can come out ahead, jump out way out front, but it'll be a grind for me. Definitely going to do some late steam plays, possibly, and just keep on winning, Tony. Of course, if you sign up for the packages, you get at least a 3-day or a week. You get those late steams emailed to you. I think that's one of the greatest features you have on your website. Just going to try to put out one more winner than loser. It's always my goal.
That's right, guys. Got Jorge over at Tony'sPicks.com. Great unit you see here. You guys love that 7-day pass early in the week because we got all this college football, NFL, NBA, college hoops, all this overlapping is in paying per pick. Just get the long-term pass with Jorge. You've seen the great results here. And that promo code TonyT at checkout will save you that 15% off. Includes member plays. Regular member plays are in there at 11 a.m. Eastern. And then your late steam plays. Cappers can be handicapped throughout the day and night because those late steam plays are emailed directly to your inbox using the email that you use when you sign up for the service. So great value there from Jorge. All right, Jorge, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great afternoon, great day, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Have a winning day, guys. Good luck in your hockey.
Yeah. Jorge here.
Have a good day, Jorge.
Here on the 26 Morning Show. All right, let's continue here on the show. We're going to go into hockey. We just handed off to Rod because Chris and I don't have skates. So let's see what we got here from hockey tonight. We'll start with Rod's Oilers on the road against the Senators here. Oilers favorite here, $1.15, total 6.5. Lightning and Penguins, Lightning $1.50, total 6.5. Panthers and Jets, we've got the Jets favorite here, $1.19, total 6.
Yeah, the ones this is a revenge game for the Winnipeg Jets. These two teams just faced each other not too long ago, about 3 nights ago, and Winnipeg went into Florida. Florida got the win, shut out Winnipeg in that one 5-0, and now you got to come back and face Winnipeg. Point flip price for good reason. Expect a hard-hitting, low-scoring type game, but I think the Jets come out on top and get themselves the revenge. Just take the Jets in that one. And yeah, the Oilers back-to-back spot having to they lost to Montreal last night 3-0. Definitely not looking good. Bouchard's giving up the puck. Definitely missing Darnell Nurse after that big hit. He'll be out at least, I figure, 10 days, couple weeks or longer for the Oilers. And he's a big addition that's missing. So what we see between Edmonton and Ottawa recently is goals. 4 of the last 5, I've seen some plenty of goals. The Oilers this season have tried to do the under. They made you well over 5 units if you just keep betting the Oilers unders, not overs, unders. Not scoring a whole lot of goals. And this is one of those games back-to-back spot that we do get a lot of goals because they come and play Ottawa. The last time I'd seen these two teams play was 2-2 end of the first. So goals come early and often. That would take the over 6.5 there. And Pittsburgh sucks. Pittsburgh stinks, absolutely stinks. Take Tampa in that one to whoop them up. I like Tampa on the puck line in there in that one. Pittsburgh defense gives up 4 goals a game. No problem. And with Vasilevsky in there, he's not giving up 4 goals. Easy blowout winner there.
I haven't looked at the roster closely enough. Is Pittsburgh still one of the oldest teams in the league?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
They still got that the high age, and a lot of those guys have big, high money contracts. So it's really tough to move those guys out because no one wants to scoop them up. So you, as the Penguins as a team, as I said, Dubas wants to move it out and rebuild, and it's good luck. because you got all these guys that are making big bucks that nobody wants to scoop up.
It looks like it looks like an '80s type of game where it's more open skating, fast skating now on the ice. Not a whole lot of holding and checking. You know, it's mostly just a lot of. You need those young, young
you
guys.
need some speed here. Yeah, when you you can see the difference here in hockey. The speed is the key. The teams have gotten faster, and when that age starts to creep up, you can see how teams have slowed down, including the Oilers. They kept some young guys and they kept some old guys. Figured veterans were the way. It's not looking like it. They've taken a huge step back slowly, speed wise, and it's hurting.
Yep. I lived that way through the Suter years with the Kings. They got
Kings, right? Slow, right?
It's funny because the funny thing is the following year when Suter left, a lot of those guys couldn't. You know, the guys that had expiring contracts couldn't even get onto an NHL team. They went to the KHL because they were too slow for the way the league was going. So that's saw the change there when Suter left the Kings. That everything went to speed. And it's sometimes it gets a little sloppy when you don't have the experience. That's the other thing you keep an eye on.
Oh, it gets really sloppy when you don't have the experience because then these guys are just like zooming around all over, and you know what happens when they're not in control of what's going on. Usually it's like wobble people and they bump into each other, they hit the boards, and the puck goes flying, and you get some high-scored games in some of those ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the big analytics there is just getting the quality shots. I think there's the Corsi line, there's some
the Corsi line on the Corsi line on the NHL. Yeah,
shots
definitely shots on goal,
quality shots. I think they're looking for now for quality. They used to value a lot puck possession, but that doesn't seem to work offensively, right? Because you just hold the puck too much, don't do anything with it, right? You got to be able to have quality shots.
Huge quality chances is the way it is because most teams now they keep you to the outside. They don't mind you shooting those shots from the outside. They're not as the chance of them getting blocked are huge. The chance of them getting deflected wide. It's the shots in the middle, inside between the two circles, right in the hash zone there.
Sweet spot right there.
Yeah, right in the middle. There's the little circle. They have the red circle, the blue line. It's that little triangle in the middle that you want to keep players out of because those are the shots that land. Those are the high quality shots.
Yeah, that's
and then those garbage rebounds. Nothing like a garbage goal. The goalie makes that first save, but then he drops the puck and then somebody just flips it in.
Yeah, that's the key there. This is the goalie there. All right, let's close out the NHL tonight. Wild Blues. We see the Wild big favorites, $1.69, total 5.5. Ducks and Blackhawks here. The Blackhawks $1.63, total 6.5. Islanders Flames $1.10 both sides, total 6. We close it out tonight. Rangers at Canucks. Boy, that was a Stanley Cup final from years ago. $1.10 both sides, total 6.
Yeah, and you look at I'm looking at the Ducks heading into Chicago. Hey, they got themselves a nice win in Dallas. As I said, you don't want to be laying odds and puck lines. Trying to get a 2-point goal win and having to lay $1.40 with Dallas last night was just silly. You can't do that long-term betting hockey. Puck lines and laying minus 40s. That means you have to pay $1.40 for your team to win by 2. That is not how you win long-term at hockey. Do not do it. If you see a minus puck a minus 1.5 on a team and it's a minus number, run. There's plenty of hockey games in a season that you do not need to bet the other way. We got the Ducks last night on the puck line at plus 1.5 for a plus 140. Why would you want to lay?
Yeah,
I'm telling
double. That's called the double negative bet. Minus laying, minus 1.5, and minus return. You want the double positive, right?
When you're laying a puck line, you gotta see a plus money there. Because you need that value. We were trying to make money here. We're not trying to give the books money. So you're giving the books more advantage and more money when you're betting for your team to win by 2, because now you got to win by 2 for one. You can't just win the game. You got to win by 2, and you're laying $140 on a minus 140 to win by 2 goals. And the other side, you can bet the Ducks at a plus 1.5 at a plus 140, and you can still lose the game, but you still win your bet. Right. So don't lay puck line and odds. Same thing in baseball. And don't lay run lines and odds.
And the great thing about hockey, the great thing about having plus 1 and plus 1.5 in hockey, it's not like NBA or NFL or college football. you can only get one goal. You can only lose by one goal in overtime.
Yeah, you can't get burnt by the grand slam. You can't get burnt by the grand slam. There's no grand slam in hockey of scoring more than 2 goals. So anyway, getting back to that, we got sidetracked a little because I know I had some huge comments telling me about the Dallas puck line and going, oh, what, Dallas puck line? No, you don't want to do it. Just one of those spots. So for me here, the Ducks, they played great last night, but now you got to come into Chicago, rest the team. Chicago already beat the Ducks 4-2 earlier this season. I think they do it again. Run it back. Give me the Blackhawks on the puck line to beat the Ducks there in that one. And then this Islanders taking on Calgary. It's a coin flip. So what are the Islanders doing? I think they're playing the slightly better hockey. Give me the Islanders there in that one. And I don't trust the Canucks. As I've said many times, I haven't done a whole lot of Canuck dancing this season with good reason. They're not the greatest team. Struggling at times. I give it to them. They've turned it around over the last few, but the Rangers, they want to start this West Coast road trip with a win. That's why they played quick the other night and held back Shesterkin for this spot. Gave him a couple extra days rest. He'll be ready to go for this one. Take the Rangers in that one. And then the last one, I'm seeing some comments with the Wild and the puck line. Yeah, I don't trust the Wild here on the road. I'm going to go with the Blues. The Blues off that road trip, they lost a couple. They weren't looking so good. When the Blues failed to cover 3 of 4, guess what? They bounce back and they get wins. I believe they're 7-0 in that spot after they failed to cover 3 of 4 puck lines. I like the Blues here at home to get the win over the Wild there in that one. We'll see teams like each other. Take the dog in that one.
All right, we got you through the NHL here. Now it's time for our Parley Peripheral segment. I'm going to start here with Chris, because Rod had to go through Rod did some heavy lifting that segment. So Parley Peripheral, we'll start with Chris.
I'm gonna roll with the Jazz to cover, the Nets to cover, and OKC to cover. 3-teamer.
3-teamer there from Chris. All right, Rod, you got your breath back.
I got my breath back. We're good to go. First, we're gonna go to Cleveland, Boston, and that line just keeps rising. Give me the over. I think we easily get into the 240s between those two teams. No defense can be played there. It's gonna be see how much we can score, and I think we easily get into the 240s. So add that to your parlay. Second leg of the parlay, we're gonna add Miami, Ohio. Give me the Red Hawks over NIU. Lay the 2.5. Throw that into your parlay, and then the last but not least, throw in Florida State over Hofstra. Nice little 3-teamer for you there today. Love that one, actually. Take the over in the Cavs in Boston. Take the Miami and the Red Hawks. Lay the 2.5 and lay the 7.5 with Florida State over Hofstra. By the way, Hofstra is my second team that I absolutely love and follow really dearly. George probably didn't know that, but this is my first team. My second team is Hofstra. They're way on the other side of the country, but I follow them religiously. So
because they had that huge cover streak. Remember, they had that huge cover streak, right?
Huge cover streak. Huge. They just keep. They don't have to win the game. They just keep always usually getting all these points. So that's why I'm telling you, when you see Hofstra getting 8.5 points, I want to take Hofstra, but I know that that's not the way to go here in this one. My heart says take Hofstra. My brain says nope. Florida State is bigger. They've got way more guys that are over 6'7", 7 foot. Yeah, no. Florida State rolls in that one.
Yeah, the coach has been there. Well, I think that coach is almost pushing 80. He's been there. He looks great for his age, right? Yeah, he's up there. He's been there for a while, but he gets these guys to play. I'm going to give you a 3-teamer. I'm going to go ahead and take Riverside plus the points in college hoops, Cavaliers plus, and Jazz plus there with my 3-teamer here tonight from Hoops. All right, let's take a look at what we've got for sale over at Tony Specs. Again, heading to a monster week of coverage here. As I said, 2 weeks remaining in these big cards from college football. And, of course, NFL, NBA, college hoops, big cards. We're getting close to these holiday tournaments now from college basketball. Maui tournament coming up here on Monday and more. Atlantis, Flight for Atlantis to Cancun. These guys will be all over playing basketball every single day here pretty soon here in back-to-backs here with these tournaments. We'll see what Rod has for sale over at Tony Specs. Rod having a great year in college hoops.
Yeah, absolutely love college hoops right now. I'm seeing the court well in the college hoops action. So guess what I got going today? I got college hoops. I got a nice little 3-pack for everybody today in college hoops action. Definitely head on over, scoop it up. Might have a couple in the NBA later as we see who's in and out. So definitely your best way to go is to grab that long-term pass. That way you'll get any late steam. I threw in 2 late plays in the NBA yesterday. We went 2-0 on those. So definitely hoops is we've been hooping, crushing the books in the hoops action. So definitely jump aboard there. Check out that 3-pack. But as I said, best way to go is that long-term pass. And that way you get those late steam plays emailed to you, right to you directly when we put those in. And also take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional. I'm not the only hot capper over at Tony'sPicks.com. Don't forget, use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over at TonyTees.com. Let's get it.
Let's
Big
get
day
it. Big day coming up there from Rod. Get on board with Rod. He's been hot right now. And that long-term pass. Let's see what Chris asked for sale over at Tony'sPicks.com. Great work here in the NFL. That should read NFL, not NHL. Chris, what you got? What you got for sale?
I was gonna say, I haven't done any hockey. I leave that to Rod. And I didn't put anything last night in that football game. I didn't want to touch either one of those teams. But yeah, pretty good in the NFL lately. Cashed for the Steelers the other day. But for today, I've got one pick in the Cup. It was a hard card to read. I wasn't real happy with any of the games, so I do have one best bet in that. And then I will have more this week in the NBA. And as I learn more about college basketball, then I'll start putting those guys in. And a huge weekend this weekend in college football. So yeah, it's a big week.
Yeah, very big week, guys. Down to 2 weeks remaining in the regular season. These teams vying for conference playoffs, as well as getting into their tournament into their conference title game. So lots going on. Get on board with Chris here. You see the great results here. And we got long-term passes are your best bet. And don't forget that promo code Tony T at checkout will save you that 15% off. Click the link in the description. Get on over to Tony'sPicks.com. All right, guys, I have the best bet on the board right now here from college football. A couple in there as well from college football, as well as an NBA up there for you as well as I continue to handicap through this card. So get on board with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Having a great year in the NFL this year. All right. We got you through plomos. Let's see what the cappers have over on the YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel, it's not only a live show, a website, but we also have on-demand content for you, individual pick videos with great analysis. And then, Rod, let everybody know what you have over on the Tony YouTube channel now and your plans for the week.
Yeah, for the week, I'll have it covered on all the hockey, so that's definitely over there. I threw one college basketball selection up there today. Definitely we'll be looking to do a few more of those. We'll have the college football show this week and the NFL show, so definitely be on the lookout for those. And as I said, college basketball, I'm going to start looking at doing a few more of those videos this week. As college basketball, as Tony said, those tournaments are starting right around the corner. I just love college hoops. It's just it's college sports altogether. I just love college sports. Guy from Canada who loves college sports. It just is what it is. Just love the college sports. NFL, college football. I know I had a rough week, so when you buy low spot, it's going to be one of those big weeks that I bounce back after my rough week last week in college. Oof, rough week in college sports. But college hoops, I just love it. It's just so much fun for me. College hoops, it reminds me kind of like hockey. You got 5 guys, and then you just got a few added pieces that come from the bench, and it's easier to find. You're not having to worry about 40 guys on a team. Right. When you look at football, there's so many moving pieces. Oh yeah. When you come down to college hoops, it's just simple. You have 5 guys on the court, and they're trying to put the ball in the bucket. And just a few things you look at. That free throw this season is where you want. Don't be betting your money on a team that's a 50% free throw shooting team.
Yeah. Not hearing that part of the Bears, it's not just they couldn't block field goal. They couldn't block for the field goal.
I can't believe that.
The special team, that's what I'm saying. The special teams make a difference sometimes in these games, right?
Oh yeah, the guy that you don't hear, the one good little guy on special teams that sometimes that's all he does. He just plays on special teams. And
I'll never forget that game with the 49ers in Green Bay when the 49ers looked dead to the water. And Green Bay was pinned deep in their territory, and they blocked the punt and won the game. Just on that blocked punt.
Game, right?
Yeah, that was
special teams turns football games around just like that. Boom.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, block field goal, guy picks it up, and he's like in for the touchdown.
Oh, right? God. That happened in college football. That drives you nuts when you have the dog and the favorite.
Super Bowl. For me, the one that I remember the most was Arizona about to go in for the touchdown. God. And then the Steeler, he totally picked it off and ran all the way in for the touchdown. And that was game changing.
No, that was a game changer. That was brutal.
Right
win.
before the half, too, right?
First
Right
half
before
bets went down. I remember first half bets went down, unders went down, and he scored right when time expired.
Right
That
as time
was
expired in the first half. It was just like, whoa.
Harrison. It was Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison.
Rodney
That was it.
Harrison
Yeah.
back there. All right, Chris, what do you got over on this Tony's YouTube channel? Your plans for the week?
Today I've got a couple videos for the NBA Cup, going a little bit more in depth on a couple of my free picks, giving you a little bit better analysis on those. And then, just more NBA videos coming up, and we'll just keep pumping those out. I'll have some more for the NBA Cup Friday, and have some more tomorrow.
Very good, guys. So check us out over on the Tony Hooks YouTube channel. Lots of on-demand content. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you're notified when videos drop, and notified when we go live here with the Tony Hooks Morning Show every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set those notifications so you're live with us. We appreciate you guys going over and buying our premium plays as well. Click the link in the description. That'll take you to our site at Tony'sPicks.com. All right, that's going to do it. Anybody have anything in closing before we roll?
Yeah, hold on to your money. I one more college hoops. I'll give you a little lean. I'm looking at Lipscomb here. That line hasn't budged, and it might have went from 20.5 to 21.5. Don't sleep on Lipscomb. They're not no bums. Everybody's looking at Kentucky, thinking Kentucky's this big bad beast and going to go roll over Lipscomb. Don't be so sure. That Lipscomb team is pretty solid. They can play some defense. They can play some hoops. They can shoot the three. They can hang with Kentucky. Take Lipscomb plus the points there today versus Kentucky.
All right, there you go from Ron. That's going to do it for the show, guys. We'll wait. Goodbye, guys. You guys making a winning day. We're back here tomorrow on the Tony's Corner Show here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.